Have a good day.
Thank you, Phil. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Judge Wall, and this is going to be our criminal Orca calendar with the State Court of Fulton County for today, March 30th, 2023. I have a show cause calendar this morning. Okay, but I have a show cause calendar, but that doesn't mean that all my cases are necessarily a show cause matter. If you are appearing via Zoom, please mute your panel. Mr. Gaither, please mute it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, I'm going to do a brief roll call to find out who's present. If you are a defendant accused of one or more misdemeanor offenses, please remember that you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say in open court, your statements can and will be used against you. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, we should have one of our public defense or conflict defense attorneys representing you. Otherwise, you are free to check with them to see if you qualify for their services, and they will be your appointed counsel. All right. Just 1 second, please. Windows are out of the way. Nancy, I'm sending you this one document. If you could just print it for me, please. It's got my notes on there. Thank you. Good. Okay. All right. Let me see first. I have position 24, and Ms. Githea, are you the prosecutor in that case?
Good morning, Your Honor. Yes, I am.
Okay. And Mr. Ruffoff is here with his client, Ricky Tate.
Yeah.
Mr. Ruffoff, do you have an announcement for?
He's here along with the victim who's here. It's a 3-year-old case. They have 3 kids together, 5, 3, and 2. She wants to talk to the prosecutor about dropping the case.
All right.
And
understood. We have the victim advocate's office in the courtroom. And could you identify yourself, please?
My name is Ms. McDade, the victim witness advocate.
Can you hear her?
Yes, I can hear, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
Judge, if I can request to speak with the victim, there have been multiple attempts of me trying to contact her, and I didn't know she would be here today. So if I can have more time to speak with her to see what she would like to do.
All right. On the case of State versus Ricky Tate, we're going to take a brief pause in that case while the ASG's office speaks to the alleged victim, okay? And just let me know when you're ready to address that case. And Mr. Tate, you'll have to remain right where you're seated so we can address your case shortly. And your client is still en route, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, and who was that?
Courtney McLean.
McLean, okay.
I'm not sure what position.
Don't worry about it. That's position 14. And is that going to be Miss Wiley or Miss Githea's client case?
No, it would be Miss ASG Riley. Good morning. I have positions 1 through 14.
Okay, so we have counsel and your attorney's name, please.
Aaron Donnelly from Scott Smith's office.
Aaron Donnelly?
Donnelly, D-O-H-N-A-L-E-K.
Oh, Donnelly, okay. So Miss Aaron Donnelly is in the courtroom and her client's en route. So as soon as she gets here, we'll address that case, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
The gentleman in the black shirt back there. Yes, sir. Are you represented by counsel? Stand up, please. And what's your name?
Jordan Nelson.
Jordan Nelson. Okay, that's position 16. Ms. Rothman, is that your client?
No, Your Honor, I represent David Nelson. He should be on the Zoom.
I don't have a Jordan Nelson. Are you in the right courtroom?
Yes, I called, they gave me this,
What's your case number?
um,
All right, as soon as you find it, we'll get back with you. Go ahead.
2-3,
2-3.
Charlie, R as in Romeo, 001, 552, B.
E, and your
Bravo, B.
B as in Bravo, and your name is Jordan Nelson. All right, let's find out where he's supposed to be. From SAP? Okay. Mr. Nelson, were you recently arrested?
Yes, about a week ago.
Okay, so you made your bond,
Yes,
and this was the court date you were given, right?
yes, I had to call, they never gave me any information.
That's fine. Do you have a good mailing address, contact address with us?
Yeah, I can give you one.
No, I don't get now. I just want to know whether you have a solid address where we can send you mail.
Yeah, but it's out of state. So that's what I'm saying, I had traveled there.
Okay. Once you bonded out of jail, this court date then is over, it doesn't apply to you. You will get another court date to reappear for your preliminary matters. Who's your attorney?
My who?
Who is your attorney?
I don't have to.
Who represented you at the jail?
I had a public defender, I don't remember her name, it was the Asian woman, I'm not, it was,
Miss Kim?
Kim.
All right. Were they going to continue representing you?
No, she said something about it.
Okay. Two things you have to do. Go up to the first floor, give your place number, and make sure they have your correct mailing address, phone number, and email.
Okay,
All right?
which floor again is that?
First,
First floor, okay.
just above us. That's the clerk's office. Second thing you have to do is comply with the conditions of your bond as long as your case remains open.
How do I go about?
Don't you have your bond order? Have a seat. We'll give you a copy of your bond order. All right. So two things, address and comply with the conditions of your bond.
I bought
Miss,
it completely outside, I don't know how that.
I'll give you a copy of your bond order. It will list your conditions. Do you understand?
Okay.
Okay. Ms. Rothman, who's your client?
David Nelson.
David Nelson, is he on
He
the
should be,
Zoom?
yes, he should be on the Zoom, Your Honor.
No.
Mr. Nelson, if you could unmute.
Oh, is that him on the iPhone?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Glanville, let's go ahead and rename iPhone 108 to David Nelson, please. All right. And Ms. Rothman, this was a show cause. Have you spoken to Ms. Githia about a possible plea offer?
Yes, Your Honor, we just got the video and a plea offer last night in this case.
Mhm.
So what I would like to do is have time to go over that with the client. So we can go about it a couple of ways. If you want to put it on a motions calendar, that should give us time to review it and then determine if we have any motions.
Why don't I reset it to the May 4th final plea calendar at 9 a.m.?
Sounds good.
And if you want to take a plea, y'all would have to be here in person, okay? Unless, because I want to make sure the paperwork is all squared away.
Got it. Thank you, Your Honor. That
Okay.
concludes my
Okay.
business. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you. Mr.
Thank you.
Nelson? Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
You need to be back in court May 4th at 9 a.m.
All right, thank you.
Mhm. Okay, are there any other? Yes, we have the victim advocate's return.
I'm sorry.
Oh, do you have an update with Mr. Tate's case?
I'm
Oh, we can
sorry.
hear you.
I'm
loud and
sorry.
clear.
I was doing a little bit more research in
Okay.
Odyssey, but
No problem. Just let me know when you're ready.
I'll be ready in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you.
And Ms. McDade, if you could email me or give me a call before you make any announcements, please.
She wants you to talk to her before you talk to me. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, the gentleman in the white jacket all the way back. Yes, sir. Are you a defendant or an observer?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Justin Finch.
Finch? Okay. This is position 8. This would be Miss Riley's case. Mr. Finch, were you here when I was going over the rights? You have a right to remain silent about the facts of the case. Anything you say about the facts, your statements can be used against you. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, you can speak to the public defender's office to see if you qualify for appointed counsel.
So, sent in the application for the public defender. They gave, reached back out.
All right. Okay. We have Mr. Rothoff over here. You may be able to speak with him and see if you qualify, and then they will represent you. If you could come forward, Deputy, Mr. Finch is going to come forward. Ms. Younger, if you can pull up the gentleman who had walked in. Do you see his case? The one who was supposed to be at SAP? Oh, you already gave it to him? Excellent, thank you. All right, do I have any defendants on the Zoom screen? This would be the time to start your video and unmute.
Plan the door. Gotcha. Bring it back.
All right, I don't have anyone else who has appeared, so let me just go down the calendar. Yeah.
I don't have my computer.
Position number 1, Walter Abrams, represented by Mr. Charles Ford.
Just throw that to you.
Your Honor, that's, I believe the PD's office, the division of PD. However, Mr. Abrams failed to appear on August 24th, 2022. So the state would still be moving for a bench warrant.
Okay. Miss Patrice Helen, are you standing in for Mr. Ford this morning?
Judge, that is my case.
Oh, your case, okay.
Yes, Judge, I wanted to see if Mr. Abrams was going to appear in person or on Zoom, and I think we've sounded for him. I don't have that physical file. I have not had contact with Mr. Abrams, Judge, and so we would ask that it not be a bench warrant, that it just be given time to try to contact Mr. Abrams, and possibly be reset to a final plea calendar, Judge.
All right, I'm going to grant a bench warrant. The criminal trespass is going to be 500. The simple battery is going to be 500. That's going to be a surety bond. So that's a total of $1,000 surety bond. Next case is Edward Bartlett. Edward Bartlett.
Your Honor, I am showing a failure to appear on December 2nd, 2020, as well as January 5th, 2022. The state would be asking for a bench warrant.
All right, does the public defender's office have any ties to this individual? Bartlett?
No, Your Honor, I don't have any record. Searching now for that case. We do not.
Okay, bond is going to be set at 2,000 on the battery domestic violence. That's a surety bond. Jennifer Betzel. Jennifer Betzel.
I'm showing a failure to appear on February 16th of 2021, as well as August 24th of 2022. State would be asking for a bench warrant.
I don't see any representation. The bench warrant is going to issue. The bond is going to be $750. It's a surety bond. Robert Butts, B-U-T-T-S. Robert Butts, B-U-T-T-S.
Showing a failure to appear on January 19th, 2021 for a status conference, and again on August 24th, 2022. State will be asking for a bench warrant.
Bond is going to be $1,000 on the DUI, and all the remaining charges are going to be $500 each. So that's going to be that's going to be a $3,000 surety bond. Okay, Amberly Campbell.
Showing a failure to appear on August 24th, 2022. State would be asking for a bench warrant.
I don't see any representation. Bench warrant is granted. This is going to be $1,000 on the DUI and $500 on the remaining charges. The total bond is $2,000. That's a surety bond. DeQuavius Chandler, position number 6.
I'm showing a failure to appear for plea and arraignment on December 2nd of 2020. Another failure to appear on January 5th, 2022. We would be requesting a bench warrant, Your Honor.
Bond is set at $750 on a bench warrant. Anthony Delbridge, that would be Miss Helen. This used to be Miss Giddings' case. Is that you?
Judge, no, Judge, this is going to be Mr. Gaither's case. However, he's with a sick child right now, so he
Okay.
won't be able to make it to court. But we do have an announcement. Is Mr. Anthony Delbridge in the court?
Anthony Delbridge? No, no one's, we have one other gentleman who showed up. Let me verify. Is that Mr. Delbridge? So what's your name?
Gilbert, position 9.
Position 9. Okay. I have position 9 present, but not Mr. Delbridge.
Understood, Judge. Mr. Gaither does have that file, but we understand that Mr. Delbridge has not appeared today.
All right.
Your Honor, he failed to appear on August 25th, 2022 for a jury trial. The state would be asking for a bench warrant.
On the 2 counts of battery, domestic violence, the bond's going to be set at $1,500. His total bond is going to be $3,000. That's a surety bond, and that's a bench warrant. Mr. Finch is present, and he is applying for the filling out the application for the public defender's office. So we're going to hold on Mr. Finch. Brian Gilmer is present. Mr. Gilmer, who is your attorney? And have you ever applied for the public defender's office? All right, if you want to come all the way around to this, not through those doors, but all the way around there. So, Mr. Gilmer, Mr. Brian Gilmer, your case is 20 CR 003545C. You were accused of driving under the influence of alcohol, less safe, and following too closely. You have a right to remain silent about the facts of the case. Anything you say about the facts or statements can and will be used against you. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, then one could appoint counsel to represent you. So have you made any attempt to apply for the public defender's office ever?
Only when it initially happened, I believe it was in 2019, and I did have a public defender then, and she offered me some plea that was not satisfactory to me. So.
Are you choosing to represent yourself then?
I mean, I got a notification, so I knew that I needed to come, so I didn't want to get her.
You've got a failure to appear back in August of 24th, 2022. I'm glad you appeared today because otherwise a warrant would have been issued for your arrest.
Really?
Yes.
Did it go to the wrong address?
I don't know where it went.
Oh, yeah, because I left when all this happened, I moved to Seattle with my employer, then moved to North Las Vegas, then moved back, but I've always had an address change in.
On your bond order, there is a requirement that you always maintain a current address with the court.
Right,
So by failure to do so, you're in violation of your bond.
yeah.
All
I
right.
did that even when I moved. I let the public defender's office know this is where I'm moving. This
The
is,
public defender's office doesn't represent you.
they did at that time.
Okay, I'm not going to debate
Yeah.
about this. We have Miss Riley, who is the prosecutor in this case.
Mhm.
And if you would like to hear what offer they would like to present.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do
Okay,
that.
Miss Riley?
Yes, Your Honor. Count 1 for following too closely would merge with count 2. Count 2, the DUI less safe.
Listen, sorry, Miss Riley, you need to pay attention.
I was listening.
He's
Oh,
right
she's
there.
over there. I'm sorry. I didn't know she was there. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Miss Riley, he was looking everywhere but at the screen.
Yeah.
No problem. Count
All right.
2, DUI less safe is 12 months to serve 24 hours. Credit for time served 24 hours. So there is no additional jail time. The balance would be on probation, a $400 fine, 40 hours of community service, complete a alcohol and drug evaluation, and follow any treatment that is recommended from that evaluation. attend a risk reduction course, and also attend one victim impact panel.
All right. Did you understand all that?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the plea offer right now. If you plead guilty to DUI, the following two closely will merge. So basically, you'll be convicted of one charge. And you won't have any jail time. You need to pay a fine, do community service, and do an evaluation, risk reduction, and attend one victim impact panel. If you want to know what to think about it, I think that would be,
I would decline. I would go ahead, it needs to go to trial, so I'm gonna need to get an attorney, but I would decline. This has been
Okay.
strenuous on me. I've lost jobs at Uber and Lyft. It's been 4 years of my life on hold, so yeah, it needs to go to trial.
all right. So the case will be scheduled for trial. Are we going for a jury trial or a bench trial?
A jury trial. please.
Jury trial, okay. So, Mr. Gilmer, this case is going to be reset for a jury trial. We are going to issue a case management order today.
Okay.
So, which means that if you hire an attorney, you need to make sure that attorney gets the case management order, because failure to comply with that order could jeopardize your defenses.
Okay,
And you need to make sure that you go up to the first floor and provide the clerk's office in writing. Oh, we can do it right here, okay. Make sure you provide in writing your current address, your phone number, and email. And then when you have an attorney, that they provide that information too. And
okay,
then you should be ready to go to trial when we schedule it for the date. Right now, I do not have dates for jury trial, so it could be 6 months from now, it could be 1 year from now. So you just need to be prepared and available.
okay,
Okay, thank you, you're free to go.
understand.
Oh, hang on, you need to get the address and the case management order.
Okay,
Moving on, Nicholas Glenn, position 10.
Your Honor, I'm showing a failure to appear on December 2nd, 2020 for plea and arraignment. State would be moving for a bench warrant.
All right. Well, no one's answered today. No one's answered on Zoom. The bench warrant is going to be granted. On the battery family violence, it's 1,000. On the simple battery, it's 500. The total bond is a 1,500 surety bond. Okay, position 11, Marcus Hill, Marlis Dion Hill. Marlis Dion Hill, no?
Hearing no,
Bench-
oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Hearing no response, Your Honor. He failed to appear on April 13th of 2021 for a status conference. And again, on January 5th, 2022, we would be asking for a bench warrant.
$500 on each count, so the total surety bond is 1,000 on that bench warrant. Position number 12, I have Donald Lynn Hudson.
Your Honor, I'm showing that Attorney Raffoff is now representing Mr. Hudson.
Mr. Hudson, excuse me, Mr.
He's
Rockwell.
not here, Your Honor. Yes, I do represent him. I had a conversation with him 2 weeks ago. He said he had an appointment at the VA for today at 9 a.m. I said, well, just send me some paperwork. And of course, I never got that, but this morning I did call him at 7:30. And I reminded of our conversation. And he sent me an email, which I forwarded to everybody, I think.
Ms. Riley, did you get the email?
Yes, Your Honor, I have the email stating
And it
that.
says, yes, it just says I have an appointment today with the VA hospital in Dublin, Georgia, March 30th at 9 a.m. for mental health, which is PTSD. He lives in Montezuma, Georgia, so there was no way for him to get here anyway this morning. We'd ask just for one more reset until we can get him here.
Ms. Riley?
Your Honor, he failed to appear April 7th, 2021 for a status conference. April 28th of 2022, he failed to appear. And again, he failed to appear for his August 25th, 2022 jury trial. I am in receipt. However, it does not give any official documentation of this appointment. It is just an email from his client. If the court is inclined, being that Mr. Raffoff is an officer of the court, we would ask that it be placed on an additional show cause calendar as his final attempt to appear.
Case is reset for May 4th. There are no further excuses. Mr. Hudson must appear in person. Otherwise, the bench warrant will issue on $1,000 on both counts, so the bond would be 2,000 surety.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Position 13, I have Lakasha Langford. Lakasha Langford.
Your Honor, I'm showing that Ms. Langford failed to appear on August 24th, 2022. We would be asking for a bench warrant.
Lakasha Langford, bench warrant issue, $500 surety bond. I have, okay. I think we're still waiting on Ms. McLean.
Parking right now, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Ms. McLean is parking a car, so we'll address her shortly.
Yes, Your Honor.
Darren Mitchell, I think that was someone else we addressed also, wasn't it?
It was Mr. Nelson, position
Mr. Nelson.
16.
So Darren Mitchell. Darren Mitchell. Nope.
No, okay. Your Honor, Mr. Mitchell failed to appear on November 5th, 2020 for a plea and arraignment. He failed to appear again on January 5th, 2021 for a plea and arraignment, and again failed to appear on August 24th, 2022. The state requests a bench warrant.
All right, on the two counts, on the battery is going to be 1,000. The battery causing substantial physical harm is 1,500. Is the bench warrant is 2,500 surety bond. Mr. David Nelson has been reset to May 4th, final plea calendar. Keith Bridges. Did we address Mr. Bridges? No?
No.
Okay, go ahead. Keith Bridges. No response.
No response. Your Honor, Mr. Ridges failed to appear January 12th, 2021 for a plea and arraignment, and also again on January 5th, 2022. The state requests a bench warrant.
Bond is set at $750 surety for a bench warrant. Terry Robertson. Terry Robertson.
Your Honor, hearing no response, Mr. Robertson failed to appear August 25th, 2022 for a jury trial. State requests a bench warrant.
On the DUI, it's going to be 1,000. On the reckless driving, it's 1,000. It's a bench warrant, $2,000 surety. Angel Felix Rodriguez. Angel Felix Rodriguez. No one responded, Ms. Gutierrez.
Your Honor, Mr. Rodriguez failed to appear November 30th, 2022 for a plea and arraignment, and also failed to appear on January 5th, 2022. The state requests a bench warrant.
Was the first one from November 23rd, 2020 or 2022?
November 30th, 2020.
Oh, okay. Bench warrant will issue on the, it's a $2,000 surety bond, $1,000 on each count. Mr. Elias Garcia Sanchez. Mr. Elias Garcia Sanchez. Senor Elias Sanchez, no one's responding either on Zoom or in person.
Your Honor, Mr. Sanchez failed to appear January 6th, 2021 for a status conference, and also on August 4th, 2022. The state requests a bench warrant.
$1,000 on the DUI, $500 on the failure to maintain lane, and $500 on driving without a valid license. That's a $2,000 surety bond on the bench warrant. Lorenzo Santiago Florentino. Lorenzo Santiago Florentino. Go ahead. You would have to come to the podium.
I see the interpreter.
I know. Do you want to, I mean, I need to interpret, I don't need to interpret his name, do I? Then all I want to know whether he's present. Senor Lorenzo Santiago Florentino.
No,
Silence.
no response, Your Honor.
Yeah.
He failed to appear December 2nd, 2020 for a plea and arraignment. And also on January 5th, 2022, the state requests a bench warrant.
Right. Bench warrant to issue is a $2,000 surety bond. Is that the only case you were present for?
That is correct, Your Honor. If you need for other cases, I may be available.
Better White, Shropshire. No, that was it. Thank you so much. Brief but effective. Thank you. Adriana Satterwhite. Adriana Satterwhite. Ms. Satterwhite, are you on Zoom? No response, Ms. Gutierrez?
Ms. Satterwhite failed to appear on November 5th, 2020 for a plea and arraignment, January 5th, 2021 for a plea and arraignment, and August 4th, 2022. The state requests a bench warrant.
$500 surety bond on a bench warrant. Antoine Shropshire. Antoine Shropshire. Antoine Shropshire. I'm striking out, Ms. Gutierrez.
Okay. Mr. Shropshire failed to appear January 5th, 2021. I'm sorry. April 3rd, 2021 for a status conference. And again, January 5th, 2022. The state requests a bench warrant.
It's going to be a $500 on each count. That's a $1,500 total surety bond on the bench warrant. Position 24, Mr. Tate is present in the courtroom, represented by Mr. Gaither. Mr. Ruffa. Ricky Tate. Yeah, what are we doing for?
We're still holding.
That's your client, right, Mr. Ruffa?
Yes, we're still holding the victim witness.
Yes, I was
Coordinator was gonna talk to.
Yes.
I was able to speak with the victim, but I do need to further speak with Ms. Gutierrez
Okay,
regarding the case.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
she needs to speak to the
Oh, okay.
prosecutor. Okay. Ms. Gutierrez, victim advocate is going to contact you about Mr. Tate's case, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Michael Thomas, Michael, middle initial A, Thomas. On Zoom? No sound.
Okay, hearing no response. Mr.
Correct.
Thomas failed to appear November 5th, 2020 for a plea and arraignment, January 5th, 2021 for a plea and arraignment, and August 24th, 2022. The state requests a bench warrant.
All right. A bench warrant will issue on the reckless driving is 1,000, on the DUI is 1,000, and the remaining 4 charges are 500 each. So that's a $4,000 surety bond on the bench warrant. Rashawn Thornton. Rashawn Thornton. No one's responded, Ms. Gutierrez?
Mr. Thornton failed to appear December 2nd, 2020 for a plea and arraignment, and January 5th, 2022. The state requests a bench warrant.
Bench warrant to issue $500 on each count, a $1,000 total surety bond. Christopher Leon Thurston. Ms. Gutierrez?
Mr. Thurston failed to appear November 5th, 2020 for a plea and arraignment, January 5th, 2021 for a plea and arraignment, and August 24th, 2022. The state requests a bench warrant.
It's $1,000 on each count. It's a $3,000 surety bond on the bench warrant. Last but not least, Frederick Baughtner. Frederick Baughtner, Baughner. Mr. Baughtner, are you on Zoom? Oh, boy.
Your
Okay.
Honor,
Go
he
ahead.
failed to appear in November 23rd, 2020 for a plea and arraignment, and January 5th, 2022. The state requests a bench warrant.
Bond is at 3,500. That's a surety bond on the bench warrant. Just a review of all these cases.
Judge?
None of these individuals have had a bench warrant in the past, so I hope they do show up eventually. Okay,
Judge,
yes, who's speaking?
this is the
Oh, I'm
applicant.
sorry.
So the victim is actually here for position 8 for Justin Finch. She's actually online.
Who is the bench victim?
For Justin Finch?
Is that the person with whom you were speaking?
No, for the victim. The victim.
So
for
this
the
is another
case
case in which a victim has appeared
online.
online.
So the defendant is in the
Oh,
court.
I see, online, I'm sorry. Who is involved in the case of State versus Justin M. Finch?
Yeah, he's here and he does qualify.
Okay, good.
It is Ms. Hadley, Your Honor. Christian Hadley is the alleged victim in the case, and I can speak with her in a breakout room.
All right. Miss Kristen Hadley, could you start your video and unmute yourself?
Yes, ma'am. I'm trying to start my video. I don't know how to work this.
All right, as soon as you do, we can get you to speak to the prosecutor, see what you want to do.
Okay, I just started it.
Okay, Mr. Glanville, could you place Miss Kristen Hadley and Miss Denise Riley in a breakout, please? Where am I looking at this? Is that gentleman? All right, is there anyone else on the Zoom whose name I did not call? You're from yesterday, so you hang tight.
My lawyer.
All right, have I called out everyone else who's supposed to be in the courtroom today? Okay, good.
Okay, and Your Honor, if I may speak with Ms. McDade, and after I speak with her, if Mr. Raffoff, if available, if I could speak with him also.
Okay, so that was the victim advocate, right? She's going to call, can she call you from outside? Is
Yes.
that right? Okay, she's right on the phone, so you should hear it buzzing right now. So-
Okay.
Okay. All right, we'll be in recess until we address some of these other matters.
And Judge, I believe that that's all my cases. May I be excused?
Yes, Miss Ellen, have a great weekend.
Thank you, Judge.
Today's Thursday, right? Well, one more day. then
I was
next.
gonna say, I'll see you tomorrow, Judge. Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
take care.
Judge, are you speaking on something right now?
Yes, but this is one of the cases from SAP. He came
Okay.
to court, he's supposed to be, out on reconnaissance, so we're just handling procedural. I'm waiting for the prosecutors to show up.
Okay, my bad.
Thank you. Miss Younger or Miss Githia, either one ready? Still talking?
On the, if you're talking to me, on the,
No, I was gonna find out if, Miss, did I say Miss Younger? I'm so sorry. Miss Githia and Miss Riley.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Have you spoken to Miss, I can't remember who was the alleged victim you're speaking to. Oh, you're talking to the victim advocate.
I
Yeah.
spoke with the victim advocate and I also spoke with Mr. Raffoff. Has he returned back to the?
Yes, he's in the
Yeah.
courtroom too.
Okay.
So let's talk about Mr. Tate. Is that the,
I think that we need to reset this case to check out. Looks like what happened, this case started off as a felony, then transferred to state court. But we
can you
wanna
go
make sure-
closer to the microphone?
Oh, but we want to make sure there's not another case. So we want to reset to check to make sure that's what happened in this case. That this case was started out as a felony, was transferred to the solicitor as a misdemeanor. We just want to check it out.
Mhm. This is position number 24.
Right.
And Ms. Githia, do you know if Mr. Ricky Tate has any other outstanding cases?
That's what we're just trying to make sure that the case that we're looking at, if it's still pending in Superior Court, and we need to just clarify some things before we can proceed.
Just a minute. Right, hang on.
Thank you for the time, Your Honor. I'm not sure if,
Oh, hey, just 1 second, please.
Oh.
I'm addressing position 24. I've got an order for judicial hold in the SC case ending in 1519. 22 SC 181118, excuse me, 22 SC 181519.
So 181-519.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that's not related to this particular incident. This is from an August 25th, 2021 incident date.
Well, the calendar says it's January 20th, 2020.
No. In the Superior Court matter that he's got, the case I just gave you, he's got a judicial hold for an FTA. In his other case, Ms. Donnelly, how are we doing?
I'm ready to make an announcement, but, Courtney McLean.
Okay, give me a moment.
Thank you.
Dedicated for appointment. It's like 2015 or something like that. This one happened in like 19 or something.
The other case is 20 CP 190783. This is for an incident from March 20th, 2020. And so that's another one. So I'm not certain.
Well, again, I only have the form from the Fulton County Magistrate and State Court. And it says 3/26/2020, not 3/20. But if you're looking at the number, it could be 3/20. In fact, one of them is 3/20, the other looks more like 3/26. I think it's the same case because we have his original application and it does say aggravated assault by strangulation. And that's what this case is. It's a strangulation case.
20 CP 190783.
I don't
Yes.
have a number.
All right, Ms. Githia, do you have the two cases I've just mentioned?
I have the 20 CP 190783, and it looks like it's still pending, and that's what I need to look into.
And that offense date is March 23rd, 2020.
Correct.
And the one we have is from January 2020.
Right, but I don't know if it actually happened on January 23rd, 2020. I didn't know if was related to the January 20th. And just when they happened to have arrested him was on March 23rd. On my end, it's just saying arrest, but it may have been as a result of it may have been because of the January 20th incident, and I need to do further research to see if it's one and the same, or if it's two separate matters.
Two cases. I think there's two. She's got. Can you come on?
All right.
Hmm?
Can you pull up Mr. Tate's case?
On this case.
Just 1 second, please.
I think I have the puzzle solved. He has got a pending possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Separate case, and it's a felony and it's pending. And
Yes,
it's pretty-
that's the 22 SC 181519. That's the firearm case.
Okay,
And that is pending.
yes. he said
Made
it's
bond
still
on
pending.
that one.
Yeah.
He did have a bench warrant that was set aside, but he does have a judicial hold. So he needs to make sure that he shows up in court next time. Otherwise, they will issue a warrant next time.
You have a public defender, right?
Who
Who was?
I have to look at my email.
Blank email, white.
So we are resetting this particular case to what calendar and for what purpose?
We can reset it to a final plea.
All right, this is reset to final.
Can this one be reset to the status calendar?
Either one.
It's the same date.
Okay,
All right, except one's at 9 AM, one's at 1:30 PM. By the way, do you have a plea offer for this case?
I do, Your Honor. let me just make, hold on. The offer is 12 months to serve 30 days, a family violence intervention program, 40 hours of community service, and no further violent contact with the victim, Quashonda Kirk.
Quashonda Kirk, okay. And that is the young lady who's in the courtroom right now? Okay. And you've spoken to the alleged victim as well, right?
I have not spoken with the victim. I did have Ms. Madej did ask, I'm sorry, Mr. Raffoff did ask in my presence about the two cases.
Okay. So, Mr. Raffoff, that is the offer on the table?
No, we would like to put the seat on as status or final plea, either one.
Okay, I just want to make sure that
Right.
you know
I get it.
that that's the offer on the table. So when you speak to your client, you can exchange that information. The case is reset to the final plea calendar on May 4th at 9 a.m. in this courtroom. Mr. Gaither, Mr. Raffoff is going to be representing you. He's got the plea offer from the prosecution. And if you decide to accept the plea, you'll be doing these family violence classes, but you can have contact with Ms. Kirk.
Your Honor. They
I'm
have,
just saying that's what the offer is.
oh, okay, I'm sorry. See, we got a problem here. They have three young kids together, 5, 3, and 2. She stays at home and works. They live together, and he works and supports the family. So we do have a.
Judge,
Can you write down the Superior Court case number?
Judge, if I can,
Yeah, go ahead.
okay, so the two, they don't live together. And so the victim would like to actually speak to you. Is that okay?
That's fine.
If I got
Ms. Yamda, can we confirm that?
Wait, just hold on.
Okay. Yes, Ms. Kirk.
Okay, so I was just trying to get clarification of the no contact. Because it's hard, like, taking care of 3 kids by myself, so if I can't contact, we can't have contact, how does that work?
So typically, when someone's partner has been arrested for alleged violence against you, we separate the two. And if you want to share the kids, you can exchange the kids through a third party. Like if you have a parent, a good friend, or someone.
Yeah.
But right now, the way the case is listed, and Mr. Tate's position has become difficult because he's got all these other outstanding cases, right? So it doesn't look good for him to continue to have contact with the alleged victim while he's got all these other matters pending against him.
Yes, ma'am.
On April 30th, I'm trying to find his latest bond order, which was on June 18th, 2020. Now let me see what it says. Signed by me. So that bond order required him to have no contact with you and no contact with the children.
Yes, ma'am, and that's what I'm saying, like, I have health problems and I don't have family, so it's hard. That's what I'm saying, not, have no contact. Because this case has been open since 2020, so.
I know, but then since then, he's still been getting into trouble with the law.
Okay.
So his attorney is gonna have to argue why I should let him have contact with you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right?
Mhm.
I do understand it's hard for you. And I do understand that you have children that you need to manage with assistance. But currently, because of the criminal case against him, criminal cases against him, technically it's like he's not around. Technically, it's like that's not a person that you can count on to look after you and your children, because I'm not comfortable with him having contact with you and the children, given the current nature of the cases against him.
Yes, ma'am.
That's the problem. I don't know you, you don't know me, I don't know Mr. Tate, other than the cases that have been brought against him and based on his criminal record history. So far, what I've got, I don't know if even the prosecution would be comfortable with you having contact with Mr. Tate. All right, so I'm going to let his attorney tell me why he should have contact with you, if that's what his attorney wants to do. You understand?
Well, can I do
Your Honor, before Ms. Kirk continue talking, if we need to go into a breakout room and discuss it, she and I, please let me know before she, continue talking and saying too much.
I agree.
Okay.
So that's the prosecutor who just spoke. And Ms. Adair can give you the phone number to speak to the prosecutor.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, but you understand why it's difficult for me to allow contact at this time.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Riley, you have an announcement with regard to the case involving Ms. Hadley. Can I put a pause on that so I can address Ms. Donnelly?
Yes, Your Honor, certainly.
Okay, Ms. Donnelly, you have Ms. McLean instead.
Your Honor. Got right there.
All right, Ms. McLean is in the courtroom, position number 14. And yes, Ms. Donnelly.
We just come on a case yesterday. I looked on Odyssey and it looks like there's just an accusation. If Ms. Riley can provide me the discovery, I think we can work this case out, but I would ask for it to be reset to the May 4th final plea.
Okay.
Your Honor, and I will certainly get discovery to Ms. Donalick now that she has entered her appearance. I will place the state's offer on the record.
Go
So
ahead.
she will have that. It is 12 months to serve 5 days, credit for time served, 5 days. The balance of the case would be suspended upon Ms. McLean staying away from the incident location, which is Roswell High School at 11595 King Road in Atlanta, and no contact with the principal, Mr. R. Shaw, SHAW.
All right, I can reset it to May 4th for y'all to consider this. I'm just looking at I have the accusation. This was not an arrest, was it? Was
There
this
should be that arrest affidavit, yes.
Yeah, we do have an electronic warrant. Yeah, there are quite a few documents here. Just the warrant, the incident report, and the there was apparently a jail incident report as well. But if your client wants to plead today, basically the case will close as long as she doesn't return to Roswell High School until they give her permission to. Any reason why she has to go to the high school?
No, Your Honor. I would still like to reset. So
Oh, definitely. Okay, you have the offer. The case is reset to May 4th. Go ahead and enter your firm's appearance.
we got it yesterday. So it should be popping up
Okay.
here soon.
I can't read it. I'm sorry.
I don't know why. I didn't see it online.
It's not updated yet.
Okay.
So, but if you have Miss Denise Riley's email,
Yes,
you do?
I do.
Okay, then just reach out to her to get the information. Case is reset to the May 4th, 9 a.m. final plea calendar.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Ms. Donnelly. Thank you for being so patient. All right, Mr. McLean, now you know how to get here? Now you know how to get here? Is that Ms. McLean?
Yes, we're here.
Now you know how to travel and get to this courtroom? All right, we'll see you on the dot at 9 a.m. on May 4th. Thank you. All right, Mr. Rockwell, you're still waiting on Mr. Tate's case. Mr. Finch, you ready to address Mr. Finch? That's the gentleman in the white jacket. And Ms. Riley, you've had a conference with the alleged victim. Do you have an announcement for that case?
Yes, Your Honor. As soon as Mr. Rapoff is ready, I can give the state's offer to.
Mr. Finch?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
It is 12 months to serve 10 days, the balance on probation, 12 anger management classes, 1 parenting class, a letter of apology to his daughter, Justice Finch.
Twelve anger management classes and
A parenting class.
parenting class and letter of apology. And okay, sounds good. Mr.
And it would be 10 days, Your Honor, to serve, as Mr. Finch did not serve any jail time upon arrest.
Right, he just did. And would have to be put on a final plea calendar.
All right. Mr. Finch, your case, is there a reason? Oh, you just got retained. Okay, I'm going to reset this to May 4th at 9 a.m. for the final plea calendar in light of the fact that the Public Defender's Office just was disappointed today. So give them some time to talk. Is Ms. Riley, is your victim comfortable with that?
Yes, Your Honor. She was
Okay.
just staying on to hear what calendar the case would go to.
Okay.
But Ms. Hadley, you would be free to go. Ms. McDade and I will stay in touch with you.
I just want to make sure, Mr. Finch, let me see, you don't have a bond order, so do the parties still maintain contact?
No.
No, Your Honor.
All right. Okay, Mr. Finch, do you have any questions? Procedural,
Should we, yeah.
like date and time.
Okay.
Do you have any questions about that?
No, that should.
Okay, your attorney is Mr. Rocco. You have his email and phone number. Please keep in touch with him. You need to be back in court May 4th at 9 a.m. on the dot. All right, thank you. All right, I think I've addressed almost everyone. Okay, Mr. Saidi, I can address you now. And just one, no, wait. I'm gonna let the deputies.
May 4th.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Saidi has currently a oral bench warrant against him, but he wants to talk to me. So do you want him to talk at that microphone or from where he's standing?
The microphone will be fine.
Okay.
We need to prove that. in witness.
I don't know if this is maybe sort of case.
Which you want.
So this is related to the Superior Court case, which is this one.
What you say? Did you give a statement?
All right, Miss Riley, we have a gentleman here in the courtroom, Mr. Saidi.
There you go.
His case number, I don't know whether it's Miss Riley or Miss Githie's case. Case number is 20 CR 003-144C. It was before Judge Morrow yesterday. He did not appear in court and a bench warrant was issued. Mr. Saidi is now in court. It seems that he's represented by Ms. Spearman. So
Is his attorney present, Your Honor?
no. So he wants to address the court with regards to this outstanding bench warrant. So that's where we are right now. Okay?
You heard.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Do you know who was, who were the prosecutors before Judge
It
Morrow?
would be Ms. Givier.
I was the prosecutor on that, Your Honor.
Okay.
And who is the attorney?
There's no attorney present.
Okay.
And there's no entry of appearance. All right. So, Mr. Saidi, if you're ready to address the court, you need, where does he stand right there? Deputy?
Yeah, he already.
Okay, perfect.
Using her phone, because my phone had died. The only information that I had is on the Federal Bureau website. It shows my release date and my 2307621, my ID number. I spent 2 years in federal prison.
When were you taken in?
I was taken in November the 17th. And the whole time my attorney has been trying to get in contact. And that's why they put it on the back burner for
When were you released from prison?
May the 26th
Of what year?
of this year.
May
Yes.
of this year?
Sure.
How is that possible if you are still in March?
May 26th of last year, I'm sorry. I don't know why apparently my attorney, she conflicted and said, no, it was supposed to be today. I did not know anything about yesterday. I feel like a dummy being here today without my attorney. You know, she said she's in federal court to let you guys know. And now I'm here and I apparently have a warrant and I literally had no idea. I mean, she just told me 9 o'clock next week, last week, when I was supposed to be in court. She just told me 9 o'clock. And that was on Thursday.
Okay. Judge Morrow announced the warrant, but he has not signed off on it yet.
She wants basically another court date so
Yeah.
and a prosecutor to sign.
So your attorney needs to file a motion to set aside the bench warrant
Okay.
and get a hearing date. So I'm going to release you right now because the warrant has not been signed yet by Judge Morrow.
Thank you. I apologize for my.
I have, and that's Judge Morrow's case. I'm just letting you know, your attorney needs to file the appropriate motion to set aside. And that way you will get a court date. And you can, she can argue to set it aside and make sure that you address this particular case.
Okay,
All
thank
right.
you. Thank you.
Just be mindful that if Judge Morrow decides to sign the warrant, that when you're walking outside, you run the risk of being arrested.
I'm gonna call her as soon as I get outside.
The sooner you do it, the better.
Oh, I know. Thank you so
Safe.
much.
Your Honor, before he leaves, can he
Wait. Mr. Saidi? Yes, Ms. Gutierrez.
can he repeat what date he was taken into custody?
May the 17th of 2021.
May 17, 2021?
You were there for how long?
I was there for 20 months total.
20 months. I have a feeling it was in 2020.
This shows the release date right here.
So he was taken into custody, I just want to make sure I'm getting the right.
5/24/22 was my release date from total custody.
5/24/22 was your release date. So
And he said he was taken into custody May 17, 2021, and
I think it was November
full 20
2020. He said he was in custody for 20 months,
November 20, okay.
which would explain the January 5th, 2022 failure to appear.
Right, that's why I need to get the dates.
Right, but he still has that issue on March 29th. Wait. All right, we good on dates, Ms. Githia?
Yes.
All right. Yes, sir.
My lawyer has been trying to get in touch with somebody here at the office and nobody would return her calls.
That's not.
I don't know.
That-
I'm gonna let her know, but I'm just letting you for the record, but. Am I good?
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm just nervous.
go. You've already seen what's happened to Mr. Chase, that's why. All right, I'll send an email to Judge Morrow and then let him know whether he still wants to do that. Or whether he wants to give me, you know, who was the case manager for that case? Oh, could you send then Judge Morrow just saying he showed up? But the warrant's not been signed. Do you want to give him a new court date? All right, Ms. Githia, with regards to the society's case, the litigation manager will get in touch with Judge Morrow to see whether he still wants to pursue the bench warrant and give him a reset date, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Orca? You still waiting?
We're still waiting. I think, I don't know. I think they're trying to see if there is a warrant.
I saw one, that's why.
For the other case,
For the.
gun case, yeah.
So. All right, I think we've addressed, I don't have anybody else shown up, so Mr. Rockoff is here. Ms. Githia, I'm just gonna go down the calendar, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Position 1, Abrams was a bench warrant. Position 2 was a bench warrant. Position 3 was a bench warrant. Position 4, bench warrant. Position 5, bench warrant. 6 and 7 were bench warrants. Ms. Yanka, let me know if you want me to repeat the bond amounts again. Okay. Position 8, Mr. Finch is reset to May 4th, 9 a.m. He just got appointed to the, he just got appointed counsel. So we're going to reset it to the final plea calendar, May 4th at 9 a.m. Position 9, Mr. Gilmer appeared and requested a jury trial. Case management order was issued and is reset for a jury trial. Position 10, 11 were bench warrants. Position 12, Donald Hudson appeared in person. Case is reset to May 4th for a final plea.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, if I could correction on Mr. Hudson, he had the mental health appointment.
Oh, yeah, you're right, sorry. No,
Thank
I'm sorry, my notes say May 4th to appear in person, okay.
Yes, thank
Yeah,
you.
today. He was the one with the veterans appointment in Dublin, isn't it?
Yes.
Position 13 was a bench warrant. 14, Ms. Donnelly appeared on behalf of the client. The client showed up, Courtney McLean, reset to May 4th at 9 a.m. final plea calendar. Position 15 is bench warrant. Position 16, David Nelson, Ms. Rothman and Mr. Nelson appeared via Zoom, reset to May 4th, 9 a.m. for a final plea. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, bench warrants. 24, Mr. Tate is currently been detained pursuant to a judicial hold and an outstanding warrant in case number 22 FC 181519. If it's, so I'm going to hold for on the reset date pending verification of this outstanding of this judicial hold, okay? Michael Thomas, position 25 is a bench warrant. 26, 27, and 28 are bench warrants.
Your Honor, can you repeat the bond amount for position 20, Elias Sanchez?
Sure. On the DUI is 1,000. On the remaining two charges are 500 each, so he's got a total of a $2,000 surety bond.
Thank you.
We good?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
All right. We'll be in recess until I get verification on Mr. Tate's judicial hold. If it's verified that the hold can be lifted, then we'll give him a reset date. Otherwise, we may have to give him an SAP date. All right, thank you.
Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Gutierrez?
I just wanted to make sure that the litigation manager, I didn't know who was looking into this because this is in Superior Court. I do not have access to see, so I just wanted to make sure.
We are.
Oh, okay, just wanted to make sure, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Githia?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so with regards to Mr. Ricky Tate, we can release him. All right,
Okay,
I have just spoken to Judge Borski. I've conferred with her. And the judicial hold was issued in the judicial hold was issued in 22 SC 181519 due to its failure to appear in court in October 24th. But the Judge Borski has indicated, excuse me, and back in October 24th. So Judge Borski has indicated that they are going to instead recall the bench warrant and reset the case for April 24th at 10 a.m. So, Mr. Tate, you have a court date in Superior Court as well for the firearm case on April 24th at 10 a.m. All right? Judge Borski is going to go ahead and recall the judicial hold so that you don't have anything holding on you. It would be best if you go to the Superior Court Clerk's office and verify that your address, email, and phone number are all correct, so you don't miss out. And you might also want to check with the clerk's office whether you're required to appear in person or via Zoom. All right? Every time you don't show up, something like this will happen. Okay? All right, Ms. Githia, so as far as Mr. Tate's concerned, I'm going to release them based on Judge Borski's representation. Mr. Rafa, with regards to this case, are we resetting it still to May 4th final plea calendar?
Yes, Your Honor, yes,
Okay.
that's our request.
If you can put down on a piece of paper for him, but this court date is May 4th at 9 a.m. And for his Superior Court case, the one I gave you, 181519, is April 24th at 10 a.m.
Does it say what court?
I don't have those details. It's the judicial case manager for the non-complex calendars. Been about 5 years since I've done those calendars, so I have no idea which courtroom they use.
They've been using 1C.
Thank you, Debbie. Mhm. Okay, Ms. Kitty, I think that concludes, Ms. Riley, that concludes the calendar. If you don't have any other questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Glanville. We may adjourn then. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day, everyone.
everyone.